Good evening and welcome to News First Primetime Edition on TV1. I'm Zeenat Musafa. Let's take a look at tonight's headlines.
Heavy downpour in several areas in the island. Water levels of the Kalu and Kalaniya River on the rise. Public warned to be vigilant. Former Secretary of the Police Commission arrested over the avant-garde case. European Union holds discussions with UNP parliamentarians to stop the death penalty from being imposed.
In local news and in news in detail, former Secretary of the National Police Commission, Samant Dissanayake, has been arrested by the Criminal Investigations Department. According to police media spokesperson SP Ruwan Gunasekara, officers of the CID had arrested him at the Sri Jayawardhanapura Hospital. The Attorney General had requested the acting IGP that he had come to a conclusion, noting that sufficient evidence remains to prove that the duo were linked to the floating armoury of avant-garde services, thus allowing them to arrest as per the Firearms Ordinance. Police media spokesperson SP Ruwan Gunasekara stated that while 4 suspects in relation to this case has been arrested, the other 4 suspects remain overseas. And now for more local news. During the last few days, Newsfirst reported that over 250 containers laden with garbage is at the Colombo International Container Terminal at the Colombo Port and at the premises of a private company in the Katnaika Free Trade Zone. The Central Environmental Authority inspected the premises at the Katnaika Free Trade Zone yesterday and said that the garbage had been brought down by mistake. Though the CEA claims that this was brought down by mistake, this is how the garbage that was sent to the country was seen dumped at this company in Katnaika since 2015. Newsfirst attempted to contact the chairman of the Central Environmental Authority, Isuru Devapriya, during the course of the day to confirm if he still stands by the stance that this garbage accumulated since 2015 was a mistake.
Although we attempted to contact Isuru Devapriya during several occasions today, he did not respond. We then contacted the general line of the Central Environmental Authority.
ගරු සභාපති ඉසුරු දේවප්‍රිය මහත්මයා ඉන්නවද මේ වෙලාවේ?
මේ වෙලාවේ නැහැ සර් එළියට ගිහලා මීටින් එකකට.
මම උදේත් 3 වතාවක් විතර ගත්තා. එතුමා එළියට ගිහලා කියලා තමයි කිව්වේ කීයට විතරද දන්නේ එන්නේ එතුමා නේද?
දැන් අද නම් එයිද කියන්න බෑ කොහොමද දැන් සිරිසෙන්ද කතා කරන්නේ?
ඔව් ඔව්.
හෑන්ඩ් ෆෝන් එක තාම ආන්සර් කරන්නේ නැද්ද?
තවම ආන්සර් කරන්න.
Afterwards, we visited the head office of the Central Environmental Authority in Bathramulla in the hopes of meeting with the chairman.
මෙතනින් ගිහිල්ලා සර්නල් නැහැ මේ සෙක්‍රටරි මිසින් මෙතනින් ගිහිල්ලා ෆස්ට් ෆ්ලෝර් එකේ මේ මැද ලොබි එකක් තියෙනවා. එතනින් ඇතුළට යන්න.
ෆස්ට් ෆ්ලෝර් එකේ.
ඔව් ඔතන යන්න. මේ මැද.
මේ මැද හරි.
ඔව් මේ මැද. මැද ඇතුළට යන්න. එතන මිස් කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා. එයාත් එක්ක චුට්ටක් කතා කරන්න.
සර් අද ආවේ නැද්ද?
සර් ආවා. ඇවිල්ලා සර් එළියට ගියා තාම ආවේ නැහැ.
ආවේ.
නෑ උදේ ගියා උදේ ගියා මේ වැඩසටහනක් තියෙනවා එතන ඒකට ගියා ඊට පස්සේ ආවේ නැහැ තව මීටින් එකට ගිහිල්ලා
හෙටත් හරියට සර්ගෙන් දැනගෙන ඉන්න මොකද නැත්තම් අපරාධනේ නේද
අද දැන් ආයෙ එන්නේ නැහැ නේ
එන්නේ ගොඩක් කලාව එහෙම එන්නේ නැහැ ඔව්.
Meanwhile, in more local news, the Met Department says that the adverse weather condition will affect several areas across the country. We now cross over to Chaturanga Hapuarachi for more of this. Chaturanga?
Very good evening to you. We are joining you in the middle of the prime time news bulletin to bring you the latest updates with regard to the extreme weather situation that is prevalent in several parts of the island. Now, a short while ago, issuing a red notice, the Met Department says very heavy rainfalls are expected in the central hill region in our country, and as you can see from this live satellite imagery, there is heavy rainfall that the country is experiencing, especially in this area as well. The Met Department also says very heavy falls of about 150 millimeters are likely at some places in the Sabaragamuwa province and especially in the Kalutara, Galle and Matara districts as well. Heavy rainfalls about 100 millimeters to be expected in some places in Colombo and Gampaha as well. Now, as you can see, this is the situation surrounding the Colombo district, the Gampaha district, as well as several other areas as well. We were quick to deploy our reporters to these areas to get an accurate picture of the current weather situation. We have placed several of these reporters in these red zones, as the Met Department highlights them. We also have Muad Rasik standing by in Colombo to give us an update about the situation that is being experienced in the area. Now, we should also note that several minutes ago, at about half an hour ago to be precise, the Met Department also, together with the Disaster Management Centre, noted that the water levels of the Kalu and Kalani rivers are on the rise and advised the general public living in the lowlands to be vigilant about that matter as well. So, a lot of weather related matters developing as we speak. We wanted to get an accurate picture of the situation. We have deployed several of our reporters to get this accurate picture to you watching us from home. We can now join Muad Rasik, who is in Colombo, to get an idea of the situation in this part of the country. Muad?
At the Hakbudewate area in the Narahimpita here in Colombo. Now, as you can see clearly, people of this area are outside and they are fearing for their lives as high winds are blown across these areas, especially in the Colombo suburban areas of Colombo and the highly residential areas here in the Colombo district, as well as across the island. Now, as previously as mentioned in our breaking news, the Met Department has warned that wind speeds up to 70 kilometers per hour will be blown across the island, especially from the coastal lines from Mana across via Putlam and Hamatura across Putuil areas, especially in those coastal areas, and especially people in the low level areas of the Kalani and Kalu rivers are especially warned to be vigilant on the high level of water rise and high levels of high winds blown across the area. Now, especially in this area in the part of Narahimpita, many houses have been damaged due to roofs, and the roofing parts have been broken off and people are fearing for their lives, and that is the latest update. And so we ask you to be vigilant and stay safe and be safe and be vigilant, and so we will bring you the very latest from the Newsfirst desk on to be vigilant, and also we request you to stay safe and avoid outdoor areas, especially as you can currently see the wind is blowing across in very high speeds. So that's the latest update here in Colombo. Stay tuned to Newsfirst. We will bring you the very latest from in the extreme weather conditions across the island.
Thank you, Muad, for that update. We will be crossing over to other reporters that we have placed across the island as well to get you that accurate picture I was talking about. Now, as Muad mentioned, strong winds up to 50 to 60 kilometers are likely over the island, particularly in the western, southern, central and Sabaragamuwa and northwestern provinces as well. Now, again, I have to remind to our general public that the people living in the lowlands have been advised to remain vigilant, especially as the water levels of the Kalu and Kalani rivers are on the rise. Now, let me draw your attention to this satellite image that we have. This is talking of a situation at between 9 and 9:30 p.m. You can see precipitation or thunder showers in this area and the wind speeds moving across the island to the other side as well. Now, a short while ago, we spoke to our reporters and it was very clear to us that the Ratnapura and Horana areas are also experiencing a severe or an adverse weather situation as we speak. The marine weather is also facing a situation. Earlier in the day, the Navy advised all fishing community that have set off for their activities to come back into the island, as the seas could be rough around the country, especially in this region, and you can very clearly see this in this satellite image as well. Now, I told you that the Ratnapura and Horana areas have been also affected as a result of strong winds and heavy downpours. We will be able to in a short while cross over to our reporters in that area as well. Now, landslide warnings were also issued a short while ago. The National Building Research Organization said since the rainfall within the past 24 hours exceeded 150 millimeters, the NBRO requests to evacuate to a safe location to avoid the risk of landslides, slope failures, rock falls, cutting failures and ground subsidence. Now, the risky areas according to the NBRO have been identified as follows: Ratnapura, Imbulpe Divisional Secretariat divisions and surrounding areas, especially Ratnapura and the Vevelwatta Road, Kotmale Divisional Secretariat and surrounding areas, Udupalata Divisional Secretariat divisions and surrounding areas. This was an media issuance by the NBRO a short while ago, asking or reminding the people of a possible landslide situation in the Ratnapura area of our country. Now again, we will be able to cross to Natasha, who is standing by in the Horana area to give us an update about the situation in this area as well. Natasha? We will be crossing over to Natasha in a while. We are also sending these reporters as we speak, so that we will be able to give you a clear picture of what is going on. Now, on your screen, you are able to see visuals captured throughout the day when this weather was being experienced in several parts of the country. Especially strong winds were experienced in the Colombo and surrounding areas. Heavy rainfall was experienced in the central part of our country. Absolutely amazing visuals had been sent in from our reporters that have been monitoring this situation from afternoon. We have visuals depicting of strong winds and rain from the Gaul area as well. Now, drawing your attention to the Gaul area, a news report came in today of a ship that has run aground in the Rumasala area, the Rumasala coast in the southern province. A short while ago, the Navy media spokesperson spoke to Newsfirst and said that the 9 sailors who were in this ship that ran aground had been rescued and they are safe. This was also part of the weather related incidents that were reported, especially in the region of the Colombo, the western province and the southwestern and the southern province as well. These were the situations around the country, and from the visuals that you see on your screen right now, you will be able to ascertain the impact that this weather situation has had. We are still trying to get across to Natasha, who is in the Horana area. Horana and Ratnapura have been affected in terms of a heavy downpour from afternoon, and our reporters were deployed to that area as well to get a complete understanding of the situation. Natasha, can you tell us about the situation in the Horana area as well as we speak?
Yes, Chaturanga. So we are in Horan area right now, touring towards the Kalatara district, and we are experiencing heavy rains and windy conditions here. It's a bit difficult for us, but we are managing, and the area is currently experiencing several heavy rains and speedy winds.
To sum up the current situation, there have been landslide warnings issued in the Ratnapura district. The Met Department warns of rainfall up to strong rainfall up to and wind up to 50 to 60 kilometers per hour, especially in the western, southern, central and Sabaragamuwa provinces. People in Ratnapura have been asked to evacuate as a result of possible landslides. The Navy announced the fishing communities that have departed for their fisheries activities to come back into the island as a result of the strong winds experienced around the coastal belt of our country. A ship ran aground in the southern coast, especially in the Rumassala area. The Navy rescued the 9 fishermen. The country is experiencing adverse weather for the past 24 hours, and now the impact of it is coming to light, and we can see it through the visuals as well. News First will keep the general public informed of this extreme weather situation that is transpiring in the country. That is all we have for you right now. We will cross back to the main desk to Seenath.
Thank you, Chaturanga, for that very comprehensive report. Do stay tuned to News First for the latest weather updates. Now, back to our local news. During the last few days, News First reported that over 250 containers laden with garbage is at the Colombo International Container Terminal at the Colombo port and at the premises of a private company in the Katunayaka Free Trade Zone. The Central Environmental Authority inspected the premises at the Katunayaka Free Trade Zone yesterday and said that the garbage had been brought down by mistake. Though the Central Environmental Authority claims that this was brought down by mistake, this is how the garbage that was sent to the country was seen dumped at this company in Katunayaka since 2015. News First attempted to contact the chairman of the Central Environmental Authority, Isuru Devapriya, during the course of the day to confirm if he still stands by the stance that this garbage accumulated since 2015 was a mistake.
Although we attempted to contact Isuru Devapriya during several occasions today, he did not respond. We then contacted the general line of the Central Environmental Authority.
ගරු සභාපති ඉසුරු දේවප්‍රිය මහත්තයා ඉන්නවද මේ වෙලාවේ?
මේ වෙලාවේ නැහැ සර් එළියට ගිහලා මීටින් එකකට.
මම උදේත් 3 වතාවක් විතර ගත්තා. එතුමා එළියට ගිහලා කියලා තමයි කිව්වේ කීයට විතරද දන්නේ එන්නේ එතුමා නේද?
දැන් අද නම් එයිද කියන්න බෑ කොහොමද දැන් සිරිසෙන්ද කතා කරන්නේ?
ඔව් ඔව්.
හෑන්ඩ් ෆෝන් එක තාම ආන්සර් කරන්නේ නැද්ද?
තවම ආන්සර් කරන්න.
Afterwards, we visited the head office of the Central Environmental Authority in Batramulla in the hopes of meeting with the chairman.
මෙතනින් ගිහිල්ලා සර්නර් නැහැ මේ සෙක්‍රටරි මිසින් මෙතනින් ගිහිල්ලා ෆස්ට් ෆ්ලෝර් එකේ මේ මැද ලොබි එකක් තියෙනවා. එතනින් අතුරට යන්න.
ෆස්ට් ෆ්ලෝර් එකේ.
ඔව් ඔතන යන්න. මේ මැද.
මේ මැද හරි.
ඔව් මේ මැද. මැද අතුරට යන්න. එතන මිස් කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා. එයාත් එක්ක චුට්ටක් කතා කරන්න.
සර් අද ආවේ නැද්ද?
සර් ආවා. ඇවිල්ලා සර් එළියට ගියා තාම ආවේ නැහැ.
ආවේ. නෑ උදේ ඇවිල්ලා උදේ ගියා මේ වැඩසටහනක් තියෙනවා. එතන ඒකට ගියා ඊට පස්සේ ආවේ නැහැ. තව මීටින් එකට ගිහිල්ලා.
හෙටත් හරියට සර්ගෙන් දැනගෙන ඉන්න. මොකද නැත්තම් අපරාධනේ නේද?
අද දැන් ආයෙ එන්නේ නැහැ නේද?
එන්නේ ගොඩක් වෙලාව එහෙම එන්නේ නැහැ.
එන්නේ.
ඔව්.
Although the Central Environmental Authority says the waste was brought into Sri Lanka by accident, the customs has once again delayed the public opening of the garbage containers.
The inspection of the 102 garbage containers currently placed in the CICT terminal in the Colombo port was due to take place today. However, the garbage containers were not inspected. Customs said the containers will be opened on Monday, the 22nd of July. Upon inquiry, Customs said inspecting the containers is problematic as they could spread germs and viruses such as Ebola as a result of the clinical waste found inside these containers.
If an average person dumps garbage opposite his house, they will fine them about 5,000 or 10,000 rupees. They even take the matter to courts. However, 130 containers filled with garbage has been brought into this country and they haven't taken any steps to address this matter as yet. The Central Environmental Authority says that the containers with garbage were brought into this country accidentally. Why are they not taking any legal action against this matter? It's because a prominent businessman is responsible for this.
මේවට නීතිඥයාට මහා පරිමාණ ව්‍යාපාරිකයෙක් තමයි මේක පිටිපස්සේ ඉන්නේ.
අපි අහන්න කැමති මධ්‍යම
We would like to ask the chairman of the Central Environmental Authority, who was also the former chief minister, did these garbage containers arrive in the island in sailing boats? This is the list which includes the names of the owners. Why was the law not enforced when 130 containers were dumped in the country? Why was this issue not discovered by the Central Environmental Authority or any other environmental organization? The truth is, these issues were detected. However, these organizations are afraid of wealthy community. This is a country that destroys the hard-earned savings of those employed in the Middle East. These women are prohibited from bringing fruits and vegetables to Sri Lanka. Against such a backdrop, the wealthy individuals bring garbage.
ඉතින් ඒකාන්තාවන්ට එහෙම කරන ගමන් ධනකුවේරයෝ ගේනකොට කිසි කෙනෙක් කතා කරන්නේ නැහැ.
තමන් සුදුසුයි ජනාධිපතිවරණ.
Certain individuals stated that they are suitable to be in the presidential candidate in the upcoming election. If one such individual responsible for importing such waste from the UK, the waste has been imported through this company. Such individuals claim that they can win the election and take this country towards success.
මේ රට හදන්න පුළුවන් කියලා වෙලා නන්දොඩවන අයත් ඉන්නවා. මේකේ පිටිපස්සේ
There is a well-connected individual behind this. Who is this person? Investigations must be launched in this regard. They speak of the CID and FCID. Why have they not requested the support of the CID and the FCID in this regard? This should be re-exported. The government must identify those individuals responsible for this.
Meanwhile, Newsfirst went in search for the importer company whose name was in the custom declaration when garbage containers were brought in. As there was no office or company with such an address, we visited the respective postal office to inquire about the address. The postal officer said that this address receives letters addressed to several companies.
හරි එතන තියෙන්නේ මේ මොකක් හරි කම්පැනි එකක්ද සයින් ලොජිස්ටික්ස් කියලා
එතන ඒගොල්ලෝ රබර් කම්පැනියක් මොකක් හරි එකක් කරනවා
ඕ
ඒගොල්ලෝ කම්පැනි තියෙන වෙන කොයි හරි මේ ගෙදරට තමයි ලියුම් ඔක්කොම එන්නේ කම්පැනි දෙකක් තුනක් මොනවා හරි සබ් හරි මොනවා හරි කරනවා නැති එක එක නම් වලින් එනවා.
When we went in search of the said address, this was what we observed. Subsequently, Newsfirst contacted the alleged individual responsible for importing the garbage containers.
ඔව් ඔබතුමාගේ නමට තියෙනව නේද කම්පැනි එකක් සයින් ලොජිස්ටික්ස් ප්‍රයිවට් ලිමිටඩ් කියලා?
ඔව් තියෙනවා. කියන්නේ කවුරු හරි ගෙන්නන ඉම්පෝට් එකක් අපි ක්ලියර් කරලා දෙනවා වරයෙන්. ඒ වගේම කාට හරි බඩු යවනකොට පිටරට යවලා දෙන්න. ඒක කස්ටම් වයි BYE ડોකියුමන්ටේෂන් පාර්ට් එකයි ට්‍රාන්ස්පෝර්ටේෂන් එකයි තමයි කරන්නේ.
එතකොට මේ පහුගිය දවස්වල අර කුණු කන්ටේනර් ගෙන්නපු එකට ඔබතුමාගේ කම්පැනි එකේ සම්බන්ධයක් තියෙනවද?
මගේ කම්පැනි සම්බන්ධයක් තියෙනවා. තියෙනවා කියන්නේ මෙහෙමයි. අපි කරන්නේ ෂිප්මන්ට් එක ක්ලියරින් කරලා දෙන එක. කුණු නෙවෙයි අත්තකම. කුණු කියලා ඇවිල්ලා නැහැ. අපිට එන්නේ ડોකියුමන්ට්ස් නේ. හරි. ඒතර අපේ ડોකියුමන්ට්ස් වල තියෙන්නේ මෙට්‍රස් කියලා. යූස් මෙට්‍රස් කියලා. ඒතර අපි ෆිසිකලි බඩු දකින්නේ නැහැ. අත්තටම ඔය කියන ෂිප්මන්ට් එකේ ට්‍රාන්ස්පෝර්ටේෂන් එකවත් අපි නෙමෙයි කරේ. ට්‍රාන්ස්පෝර්ටේෂන් එක කරන්නේ ඒ ගෙන්නපු කම්පැනි තමයි ට්‍රාන්ස්පෝර්ටේෂන් එක කරේ.
කවුද කියන්නේ ගෙන්නන්නේ ඒක?
මේක ඒක තමයි මම මේලා ඒක කියන එක හරි නෑ නේද? මේක තමයි මට නම කියන්න බෑ ඇත්තටම. මම හිතන්නේ දෙන්නෙක් හෝ තුන් දෙනෙකුට විතර හබ් කන්සෙප්ට් එක එලව් කරලා තියෙන මුළු ලංකාවෙම. ඉතින් එතකොට ඔය එකක් තමයි ඔය.
Meanwhile, it is clear that the company located in Katunayake is responsible for importing this waste. Our investigations have revealed that the British company alleged to have sent these containers to Sri Lanka is defunct. Who is responsible for these waste containers? Who provided false information to the Customs Department?
As per the Gazette notification issued on the 13th of July, does not permit the customs to accept garbage into the country. Therefore, we cannot stop with re-exporting these waste containers. Either the board of directors of the responsible company must accept this responsibility and the law must be enforced against this matter. Failing, the customs must take over the responsibility. The responsible company has provided the customs with false information. This is a clear violation of the Customs Act and is a punishable offence.
All parties connected to importing garbage into the country have now been revealed. Why are they still hiding and not providing answers to the law enforcement authorities? These organizations are headed by prominent businessmen. Those who gain such positions through their intervention in the country's stock exchange are now engaging in such unethical and amoral activities. We urge such individuals to come forward and speak the truth to the relevant law enforcement authorities. The people are watching.
Meanwhile, non-cabinet minister Dr. Harsha De Silva said on Twitter that re-exporting the garbage is not sufficient. He added that the perpetrators must be brought to justice. Dr. Harsha De Silva said that he will also extend his support to abolish the Gazette notification that facilitates such illegal businesses. And now in other local news, a similar issue occurred in the latter part of the 1980s when chemical waste were brought down to the country.
This was the manner in which media reported on this matter. Details about the waste material that were brought down in 1987 and 1988 were revealed in 1990. 13 containers with waste material of 190 tons were brought down in the guise of erasers. Investigations revealed that chemical waste was also included in the containers. The waste material was brought down from Pakistan and the registered address of the importer was false. Investigations conducted by the Criminal Investigations Department revealed that the importer had fled to Australia. It was then stated that the waste material should have been incinerated as the responsible individual was not in the country. However, with the media constantly reporting on the matter, the authorities were compelled to send the waste material back to Pakistan.
Welcome back to the news. Over the past few days, we have continuously exposed the alleged financial fraud committed by the company named Blue Mountain. The individuals affected by this convened a media briefing today.
The group affected by this financial scam are from Kurunagala, Giriyulla and Monaragala. The group points out that even though they have paid the price of the lands in full, the Blue Mountain company had pawned these lands to the bank. As a result of this, the group has not yet received their land deeds.
Under a payment scheme, we made initial payments of 25,000 rupees. Then afterwards, over a period of 10 months, the rest of the payments were made. The payments have been completed, but they are asking for more time in order to give us our land deeds. They are prepared to come into an agreement. If so, it will take close to 2.5 years. We planned on pawning our land and building the house. We are now wondering how can we get ourselves out of the problem like this. The Pradesh Sabha approval is given to the copy of the land deeds. These individuals have pawned the original copy of the land deed to the bank and obtained money. This Blue Mountain company has obtained money twice its value. Even though the people have paid the Blue Mountain company in full, their land deeds are not released by the bank. Politicians from the level of the provincial council and above are involved in this scam.
And that's a wrap of Primetime News. Thank you for watching News First. Good night and take care.